But when you're interacting with your horse and you're having an issue, that issue is a symptom. That means there is a problem somewhere, and the problem is showing through that symptom. Let's say, just as simple as I'm walking around and my horse don't want to turn right. Let's say he don't want to turn right. Turning right is a symptom of an issue. There could be several reasons why he would not want to turn right. Could be that he's got a headgear or a bit or halter on he don't understand. It could be that his teeth need to be done. It also could be that he's just telling me no, he don't want to turn right. You have to decide, it's your job to decide what is the reason for that symptom. You can't just start snatching and pulling. You can't make any assumptions. You have to figure out what is the reason for that. And then from that, work on the reason. There is only 3 reasons for a problem. It's really simple. People make it way more complicated than it has to be. It's really simple. Either a horse is in pain, it's lack of training, he doesn't know, or lack of respect, he's telling you no. That's the only 3 issues for a horse to give you a symptom, to give you a problem. Everything comes down to one of those 3. Once you figure out which one it is, it's easy to go from there. The lack of the pain, if the horse is in pain, that's the first one you need to rule out, because it doesn't matter what else you do. If that horse is in pain, that needs to be fixed. The issue that I see is people want to make it pain. They want to call it a pain issue because the other 2 involve a whole lot more effort. If you say, okay, this horse's mouth is sore, he's hurting, call the vet. Make a phone call, it's easy. You call a vet, ask the vet to come out, take a look, float the teeth, whatever it is, fix the problem. That's easy. The other 2 issues, lack of training, that takes either you have to send that horse for training, or you have to change something that you're doing that created the wrong behavior. That takes a whole lot more effort on your part. It's a lot harder to correct lack of training than it is to correct pain. What's even harder to correct than lack of training is lack of respect. People don't want to admit that a horse has a lack of respect. I've seen people say that horses are not capable of being disrespectful. That is totally not true. A horse is a very simple animal. They have a herd behavior and a herd pecking order. That is part of the horse's natural instinct. How you fall in that pecking order could create that lack of respect. It could be that you don't make good decisions on that horse's behalf. That could be creating that lack of respect. But people have the hardest time admitting a lack of respect, because that means that the person has to admit that they've done something wrong, that they have done something to create that problem. I see so many issues where the horse has a lack of respect because of the owner, because of the handler. And people don't want to admit that. But the only way to fix the lack of respect is to look inward at yourself and figure out, why does that horse have the lack of respect? If you've ruled out pain, and it's not a lack of pain, it's not because of pain, and then you've gone to a lack of training and looked at that, well, he used to know how to do it, but now he's not doing it. They don't just forget, so it's not a lack of training. It has to be a lack of respect. And people don't want to admit that it's a lack of respect, because they have to look inward and figure out, what have they done that has created that lack of respect. That is the hardest thing for people to admit so that they can fix. See that all the time with horses. They get to the point where they think they've ruled out pain, they've looked at the obvious, and They know the horse used to do the action. Well, instead of going to lack of respect, they go back to pain. They say, well, let's check this out. Let's check the mouth out. Let's check the ears. Let's check the shoulder. Let's get a chiropractor. Let's get a masseuse. They're trying to find something pain related so they don't have to admit that it's a lack of respect. If you really want to progress in your horse journey and you really want to be a better horse person, you have to be able to admit that something is a lack of respect that you have created, that you need to do better, than something that you need to change. This is Mac that I'm on. All the horses you see in the video, this is the only one that in training that belongs to me. And because of that, when I'm full with training, a lot of time he gets pushed to the side and he don't get ridden. So he's behind in his training. But I really like him. I've done quite a few videos on him, and we kind of have a mutual understanding. We get along. So I'll put a link up here to the other videos that I've done with him. Until next time, thank you for watching.